Guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the second part of this morning. Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 8:15 a.m.
So there was an older woman jogger. She's very, very skinny and she's about, I would say she's about 70. And every Sunday morning she jogs around the Rochester Riverside. She's an elderly jogger. Now, people are people of all ages. You're born, you get old, you die, end of. And I'm just simply trying to live my life. Now that lady was jogging down past my balcony, and what drew attention to that fact was somebody went, and it sounded like it was upstairs. So I went over to the window and there was an elderly lady jogger jogging past my balcony. Kid's voice, as I said, my neighbour upstairs came in about 6 p.m. last night and I'd had all day of peace and quiet within the flat. I've been getting Gmails, emails from Gmail all day long while he was out, and the usual, can I have photographs and things like that, and I just was trying to get on with my day really by myself. Kim had said to me in the shop, what are you doing today? This was about 11:30. Kim said to me, what are you doing today? I said, I'm not doing anything today. I mean, you can't go out every weekend. It requires money. Going up to London was expensive. The cost of living is expensive. That was a treat. You say, he upstairs didn't take his kids anywhere for Jubilee weekend. He was indoors all weekend. And if I'd have been indoors that Jubilee weekend with his kids running across the ceiling, I'd have been really upset. But my son took me out. Right, he took me out of this hellhole. Now, this weekend has been totally different. My son's been working. He's the only one that seems to care, apart from my poor elderly mother, about me being stuck in here all day with all this negative noise that goes on. So I said to Kim I wasn't going anywhere, and she said, well, where's your son? I said, he's working. Came back into the flat and my neighbour went out approximately half an hour afterwards with his kids and spent all day outside. And I was indoors all day, and I must admit I needed a rest from last weekend. I'm not a young woman, and being on your feet all day takes its toll on your body and legs. Yesterday was horrible. I can't deny the fact. I won £10 on a scratch card, and you think people are being nice to you. Oh, I've got no flowers for you today, when they're really, because we're going on to the late evening now, when I just sat watching Talking Pictures TV, and guess what was on the television? Steptoe and Son, and it was about Albert's funeral, and he wasn't actually dead. They were trying to pull a scam. You see, Albert's son, right, bought a greyhound instead of a horse, right? The greyhound dog wouldn't run. They owed this guy money, so they needed this greyhound to win, and it wouldn't come out of its box, its cage. It turned out it was blind, it couldn't see. So they put a pair of glasses on this dog, and it ran off because it could see the rabbit. And they said, well, a greyhound can't wear glasses, so they said they'd get the dog contact lenses. And then the dog started running, but Albert Albert cigarettes. They'd actually taught the dog to smoke. This was made in the 70s when children could buy cigarettes. Children could buy alcohol. There was no rules as to drink and smoking. So they owed this guy money, so they faked Albert's death. They faked the bloke's death. So the son had had the coffin all laid out with the lid and the brass bit with all his name on, and Albert led in the coffin and was going off to a fake funeral. Right? So that's what I watched before I went to bed last night. Steptoe and Son, about a dad in a coffin. Right? I used to watch that when I was a kid, mind. So it wasn't surprising that about 2:30 last night I woke up in a sweat. I had nightmares. I was in a sweat. I wasn't feeling very well. I paced up and down and I couldn't breathe. I was probably having a panic attack from watching that before I went to bed. I didn't know it was going to be about a funeral. Steptoe and Son is about a rag and bone man. And the dirty old man, he's all got holes in his clothes and he's all dirty. And he wears old jumpers and cardigans with holes in them. So around 2:30, people were obviously coming back from nightclubs last night and music, etc. Right? So there was like a load of females laughing and giggling, and there was loud music. I tried to get myself back to sleep. I put a cold flannel all over myself because I was having a panic attack at 2:30 in the morning. And my dad died at 1:30. Now you know why I don't go into